Hello. We're live. Welcome to the Oaktree Dugout. It's great to be back here. We're Team Oaktree. I'm Shubi. I've got one of Oaktree's co-founders, Nirav, here with us. Nirav, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Waiting for Gaurav. I think he's having some tech issues.
Yeah. So
Should
we'll
be here with us in a minute or so.
we will
How have
go
you been,
before.
Shubi? What have you been up to? How's the pigeon post working out?
All good, guys. Guys, Pigeon Post. It's our weekly newsletter which we send out. Check that out. Did you celebrate Holi, Nirav, in Bangalore?
Well, no, but it was a holy day, so that was nice.
Is it even a holiday in Bangalore? I
Actually,
thought it.
no, it is a holiday, but my complex is actually celebrating it tomorrow. For some reason, I don't
Oh,
know. It's a
nice,
Sunday,
nice.
and there's there's bhang
Are
plans
you
apparently.
are you a holy person?
I am very holy. I believe in the Holy Trinity of all kinds. But yeah, no, I'm jokes apart.
Nice.
No, I don't know. I think Holi was a childhood thing. I think as an adult, I don't have great memories of Holi. It's always been very hot wherever I've been. So
Uh,
as a kid, I was in cooler places, or where Holi was always in spring. I think climate change has affected the
really
Holi
great.
celebrations of the last. Yeah, every time I decide, get out, and it's at 11:30 in the morning, it's so hot. I said, forget it. Let's just go back in and um, I think the shower in my house has greater promise.
I was going to go play, but then I was like, we have this live stream, and if I come with like a pink face, might not be ideal for
Well, it's
the
IPL season, and that's the season of color in any case. So I
yeah
think,
India ka tyohar and all that.
yeah. In fact, last year,
So
no, was it year before last year? The last time we had pre-COVID IPL, actually, I had color dyed my hair and all that also. So I was
really,
working with MI, so my hair was blue and gold. I just said streaks which I'd done.
so you've not outgrown Holi just yet.
Well, yeah, celebrated in different ways, I guess. But yeah, it was. I colored it about 3-4 days before Holi.
Nice.
There is GK.
What's up, GK?
What's up? How's it going, guys?
All good. You were talking about Holi. Did you celebrate?
Are we live? Is this on? Is this show on? Are we going to the world? Are we going to the world?
Where in the world are you with the jacket? Like, I'm sweating here.
I'm in Delhi
60
right
degrees.
now, but I'm in the outskirts somewhere. With great difficulty, I've managed to hook up internet. I've actually got two children and one adult outside who are cranking this little crankshaft, and that's how the internet and the electricity is working. So things are tough. Things are tough here.
Yeah.
But I
Because
have
the
to tell you, I
generator
celebrated.
sound picks up
My
on the
Holi
mic.
celebration was with four toddlers who are ninjas with the pitchkari. I think they're sharpshooters, they're commandos, and they just go for the face, man. Just go for the face. So I just got a lot of water in my nose and in my eyes, and that was Holi. It was a 3 bucket Holi. That's it. So it was eco-friendly. It was good to see a bunch of 5-6 year olds also being ecologically responsible. तो उन्होंने
Yeah.
सिर्फ 3 बाल्टी पानी लिया और फिर उसमें थोड़े बलून्स भी भरे और फिर पिचकारियां भी मारी एंड दैट्स वी वर डन आई थिंक अबाउट 7 minutes we were done.
So your 3 strikes or your 3 buckets.
He strikes and done.
3 buckets and we were out, finished. We were done.
No eggs, tomatoes. That's a clean Holi.
बस
Especially
यार
in
अब
Delhi, yeah. Especially in Delhi,
पूरी
it is.
पूरी उम्र हो गया.
I don't remember Holi in Delhi without eggs.
But I mean, the
Yeah.
celebrations will be continuing. We've got a massive BWC announcement, as I'm sure you have noticed and seen, where we'll have Zac Hollis, who is the brand director of Skoda Auto India, joining us for that in some time. But I mean, I can see the excitement already buzzing in our comments. GK, I saw your tweet was just blowing up, man.
Yeah, I should have I should have done the tweet earlier, but I hurt my back today, so I was kind of flat on my back most of the day, and that's why I couldn't tweet. And then I got up 45 minutes ago, much like the Undertaker used to get up from the coffin, like that. And I then tweeted out, and there's been a lot of excitement. So I hope everybody else is excited. Is everybody excited?
Guys, let's see some comments. How you guys feeling? Like excitement levels. Let's keep it up. We will be making the announcement in some time on the live when Zach joins us. But until then, I thought we'll just talk a little bit about what's been happening in Indian cricket in the past year. You have a lot of changes, a lot of transformation, a lot of new faces joining us. So I want to know from you guys that post the WTC leading up until the recent Sri Lanka West Indies series, if you had to pick one player who has defined this season, who would it be and why? Neerav, I'll start with you.
Oh, you're asking me to dig very deep into my memory. Obviously, Shreyas Iyer comes to mind immediately because he's had a great, 45 days or so. Yeah, but I think we've seen actually Rishabh Pant come of age. I think in these few months, even though he'd done some of his biggest achievements of international hundreds and overseas centuries before that. Say hello to Sherlock, who's climbing at the back. What's he doing? I don't know. Okay. So Rishabh Pant and Shreyas Iyer come top of mind. So obviously it's a changing time. In the ladies cricket also, it's we're seeing a guard change kind of happening as well. So yeah, I'm excited for both for the men's team as well as the ladies team.
I think for me it was Surya Kumar Yadav. I think Surya Kumar Yadav was a person who was knocking on the door for many years. और फिर जब वो आया तो दरवाजा तोड़ के अंदर आ गया वो. तो for me it's Surya Kumar Yadav. I'm a big fan of the guy. I'm a big fan of his all-round batting prowess. He's very exciting to watch. I mean, as is Rishabh. Rishabh's very exciting to watch as well. But for me, it's just Surya because of just the calm that he brings when he's batting. But his batting is exciting. But he's so calm. So it's really a unique juxtaposition.
Big words. English word.
Yeah. Big words. भाई पढ़ाई कर गया आज. तो सूर्य कुमार यादव मेरे हिसाब से सूर्य कुमार यादव for the last few months, I think since he made his India debut, he's really been the guy to watch out for. I think he should be playing in all formats. I think he should be starting 11 in all formats is what I believe with Surya Kumar Yadav. Uske 4-5 saal, we have 4-5 years of a very ripe Surya, and I hope that they are juiced to the max.
It's also such an inspiring story, right? Surya's making his debut so late, taking his chances. He had to wait a while. It's incredible, like the way his rise has been in the last couple of years. Nothing came easy for him.
Years and years, man. He has scored, I think he has scored 100,000 domestic runs. Right? वो बना के बेचारा परेशान हो गया कि कोई तो चांस दो उसको. अब आईपीएल में 4 पे खिलाओ तो रन मारता है, ओपन कराओ तो रन मारता है, 3 पे खिलाओ तो रन मारता है, डोमेस्टिक में रन मारता है, कप्तानी का. तो he did everything. So I think his was a story almost equivalent like Mike Hussey in Australia कि देर आए पर दुरुस्त आए. But Mike Hussey then became this mainstay in the Australian team, and I think Surya could become that as well. मेरे हिसाब से.
Mr. India cricket.
Yeah, Shashank in the comments saying Ashwin has a shout for his comeback in all formats this season, which is a fair shout, honestly.
Fair shout, yes.
So,
on Surya, I have to say, I'm a big fan of guys who've really grinded in domestic cricket. So I'm a great fan of guys who keep at it for years and then see the success, because then they are so weathered and so they have that ability, to play all formats under any conditions. So I think for me, Rituraj is seeming to be going down that route because he plays a lot of domestic cricket. I'd really like to see Hanuma Vihari cement his number 3 spots. Who else are we missing out? Harshal Patel, man, he's a great story over 10 years. Yeah, finally after 10 years of domestic cricket to be seeing the success. It gives you so much hope that there's light at the end of the tunnel for guys like him, for guys like Avesh. I'm really happy for their successes.
No, I'm happy you mentioned players like Ruturaj and Avesh, because that leads me to my next question. In upcoming, who do you see as players as the coming of age in the upcoming season right now? In the IPL, with the upcoming India World Cup, we have the World Cup this year as well. Who are some players who you think will really come of age, will really step up? They've been around, but...
Yeah, so these two for sure. I mean, these two I've already named Rituraj and...
I think it'll be Sanju Samson's great year as a captain.
I was about to say that.
I think Sanju Samson, this will be his great year. I feel like this time with the big auction and with them announcing him captain from before. There's no confusion. He's going in as a solid leader. I think he also had quite an input in the team that was bought at the auction. So I think uska hai. Kuch Rajasthan kuch karega is baar. And
They have a solid team.
Sanju will be ahead. Yeah.
So we are talking about guys who are there or thereabouts and
Yeah. Who are there in the landscape?
मेरे को जो बोलना मैं बोलूंगा ना. मेरे को बोलना कि जो मुझे दिख रहा है फ्यूचर में
वाइल्ड कार्ड तो नहीं है ना, मतलब वाइल्ड कार्ड
ज्यादा मत सोचो, ठीक है. फिर बताओ फीलिंग्स क्या है. फीलिंग्स #feelings. Okay, #feelings are for Sanju Samson. I feel that he's going to be the guy who will come of age as a captain and a leader. चलो घुमा के I brought it back to your question in a very clever way because this is not my first rodeo. मैंने बहुत किया है. तो आप अगर देख ले संजू सैमसन मेरे हिसाब से कप्तानी बहुत अच्छी करेंगे and I feel like he's going to be very good for Rajasthan. I'm also very keen to see the Faf Virat dynamic. I really want to see that. I want to see an RCB without AB de Villiers. It almost for me seems unrecognizable. So other two teams, again, I root for teams that have not won the IPL before. If they've not won the trophy, then it's nice to see a new winner in there. So I feel like some of those teams. I know people will say, "What about Punjab?" But yeah, I don't know, man. Punjab just seems to they can't hold it together for one season. I just hope they can hold it together for one full season. Again, another year, again, another captain. How many captains have they had?
You've had
15 seasons. My best guess would be 10. 10.
How many IPL seasons have we had?
No, 10. There's at least over 11.
No, Rahul captain 2 seasons. So wo to hai.
Guys, let us know in the comments how many captains has Punjab had. We need to figure that one out. But Punjab this year, Mayank could be an interesting one. They also have a very exciting team, Punjab. I mean, one of the winners in the auction this year. So, but it's with Punjab, so you don't want to put your money on them ever.
But no, I'll tell you what happens, right? They get it together, and then somehow when they get it together for the first 4-5 games, then the wheels come off after half the season, or they don't get it together till too late. So they've never been able to stitch one entire season together. Why do the good teams do what the good teams do? I'm talking about Mumbai and Chennai. Why between them do they have 9 trophies? Because they can stitch together consistently majority of good performances over a season. Right?
Yeah.
You don't want to
8
have
to 10 wins out of 14. That's
Harshit is saying 13. Harshit is saying 13 captains.
13 captains in 15
Has to be
years.
unlucky. It had to be 13.
So they've had 13 and I think Mayank will be the 14th. Yeah, Harshit, we get it. Harshit is, I think in the comment section, Harshit Joshi has written 13 times. He's written 13. We got it.
We got it.
We can count.
Now name them all.
Yeah, I remember twice. For example, once I think when Viru was captain, and once when Ashwin was captain. They actually had 6 out of 6 wins or 7 out of 7 wins halfway into the tournament, and then they didn't qualify. That I think it was 2000 and whenever Ashwin was captain, 19 I think. They had 7 out of 7 wins halfway into the tournament, and then they did not qualify. So that is
no, that's what
it's like.
That's what happens. But anyway, let's talk about the teams that we're rooting. RCB, come on, RCB, man, come on, it's gotta be. We need RCB. Yes, come on.
Did you guys see their launch with the FAF thing?
Gaurav was
the
there.
Unboxing event they had. It was absolute madness. Oh, you were there?
I was there. We were actually.
I was stuck in traffic outside.
Yeah, Neerav and me were shooting an episode of Breakfast with Champions, and we finished that. And then I stopped by the event. It was impossible. There was like 3,000 people on the street outside. It was like a street party. And then there was in the RCB cafe. It was inside. There were 150 people there. And it was crazy.
It was one of those, I mean, I've never been to New Orleans, but it was one of those things where, the entire block of the city is celebrating, partying on the streets.
That's every night in New Orleans, by the way. I've been to New Orleans. It is amazing. The French Quarter over there is a party every night. That's a city I would go back to in a heartbeat. Right now, I would just do anything.
I'm saying in my head, this is what Mardi Gras was. That, that central Bangalore was that. Because I was in a car trying to go around it, and and also there was a test match on that day in Chinnaswamy, day nighter. It started that day, so it was like a one block which was you just couldn't get the other side of it.
All right, so I
If
know
you,
that people are waiting because we announced that there would be some Breakfast with Champions announcement. We made an announcement of the announcement. So where are we on the announcement of the announcement? What are we telling people now or no? Are we?
Let's.
I don't know. What should we do? Should we?
I think let's let people wait some more time. Like sabar ka phal meetha hota hai. So let them wait for a bit.
गालियां पड़ेंगी इसको जूते बने शुभी का
कालियों का फल क्या होता है ये बताओ.
But I mean,
but
while we're on BWC, I want to ask you guys that what was the first BWC episode which was recorded? Which was the first one?
Gary Kirsten
GK it was GK
GK
with
with
GK.
GK.
It
So
was a
it was
very yeah.
it's an interesting story. I used to be doing extra innings on. I used to be doing extra innings on Sony, and some days I used to just think that, "Arey yaar, we are going just too frivolous and it's too light." And then, some days are very good days at work, and some days you question everything about yourself, which I'm sure that everybody who's watching this stream does as well. And that used to happen with me. And one of those days I was sitting, and there was my director of extra innings, Dhruv Varshane. And I was like, Dhruv, there has to be a show like this. There has to be a show where, these people can tell their stories. It shouldn't be about cricket. It should be about human stories. Their human stories are so amazing. Their EQ and their emotional quotient is so high. They've learned about life in such a hard way, the kind of hanging at the back of tempos to play, unreserved trains, and, sleeping outside the bathroom in that bogie. And, they've learned so much about life to now 5 stars and, 7 stars and first class lifestyle. Let's, talk to them about their story. And I remember I shopped the show around to a couple of big networks, and they were like, nah, we don't know what it is. And then we just said, Dhruv just said one thing to me. He said, if you want to make it, then just make it. It was really as simple as that. I did beg, borrow, and steal with the cameras. I asked my friends who run an agency called Glitch. I said, yaar, mujhe camera bhej do. So they sent me a camera crew. And I asked Gary Kirsten to be on the show, and he said yes. I asked my friend Sundar Raman, who was the CEO of the IPL at the time. I said, can you, the IPL is running out of the Trident in Mumbai. Can I get that as a location? Because Gary's staying there. And he made a call, and that happened. And that was it. Like 2 days later, we were just sitting in the coffee shop of the Trident filming the first episode with Gary Kirsten. And I helped kind of visually design it, because I said I don't want the camera so close. They had come and set it up like a very typical TV show, and I said, no, I don't want it like a TV show. It should be slightly less formal. So we pulled the cameras back, they removed the lights, we let people walk around in the frame here and there. There is one time in Gary's episode where you can hear the crockery and cutlery drop. That's happened in a lot of episodes. We said, just let it happen, just let us talk. And then that was the first. And then how it released is, Nirav and me were sitting in the Oaktree office one day, and we were again trying to sell this show. We had made 6 episodes, and people were saying, no, I don't know, we don't want to. And he said, why don't we just put it out? And I said, yeah, that's a great question. Let's. And that's when we started a YouTube channel, and that's when we just...
This very YouTube channel.
This YouTube channel was started then.
Oh.
And we just put it all out.
Coming back.
And as soon as we put it out, we got calls from all the networks saying, hey, listen, we want the show. And I just said, sorry, man, toothpaste is out of the tube now.
But there was always a rider with the networks. So there was always make a segment which is hanging out of the bathroom brought to you by, or yeah. my under 19 days.
No, it was, I think, what it is. I'll tell you what it is. I don't blame them. They have to run 24-hour channels. They must have just thought, I'm just another, frivolous television presenter who thinks he can become a creator producer. And they just said, when we'll see it. And I tried to show it to them as well. And I guess the ones who saw it didn't probably believe in this format because it's strange, right? It was the non-TV show. It was the opposite of broadcast. There was no opening link. There was no looking to camera. There was just so informal. There were no segments. It just kept flowing. So I wanted to make it like that. I guess for networks at the time, they didn't want it like that. And so here we are. 6 seasons in.
What are some of the other names for the show you had in mind? Or was it just always Breakfast with Champions from the get-go? Did you have any other
Oh,
option?
22 yarns was the name. 22
Oh.
yarns. Yeah, 22 yarns, which we made into a podcast later. I thought about 22 yarns. But Breakfast with Champions just kind of stuck.
I
And
also
then it
feel
became Mega
BWC has a
Beat.
nice ring to it. Just
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
very
Yeah,
nice. Like,
yeah.
what was the toughest one to shoot? Like logistically, which was like one of the most craziest shoots you guys have had, Neerav?
Well, all shoots are crazy because dollar hit keeps happening. Like Gaurav said, crockery, cutlery drops. I remember in the movie episode, suddenly the hotel lights went off. Like we were shooting
Yeah.
inside a hotel. Weird things happen. Yeah, like we've landed. There was one episode which I didn't direct actually, which was it the Gavaskar episode where we landed up in the shoot, all equipment there, no batteries, and suddenly
Oh,
we've taken
wow,
1 hour
yes.
with Gavaskar, and that happened, and people are like waking up neighbors and getting into the office, breaking the door, and things like that happened that day. Weird stuff happens on Breakfast with Champion shoot. I remember in the Nehra shoot, I think the camera from the top fell. Then there was a lighter which Gaurav threw to me, which exploded midair. So weird things
Yeah.
happen. But in terms of, for me at least, in terms of the toughest shoot or the most anxiety-ridden shoot was the Virat Kohli episode, because Virat Kohli this is in 2017. He's the peak of his powers. He's the guy everybody wants to be with. So, and he gave us the time in the morning for breakfast, because he was in Bombay that day, Mumbai, and then shooting an ad, and about an hour away. So he told us 11 o'clock. So we fixed one place in a restaurant.
No. 7:30. He always said 7:30 in the evening. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
he
It was
started with
always
giving
meant
us
to
the
be in the
morning
evening.
time.
No. It was always meant to be in the
remember
evening.
this-
I think you're crisscrossing the stories. I'll tell you.
Yes,
I've
yes.
told this Virat story a lot, so I remember it.
Okay.
I was sitting right here actually in my parents' house in Delhi, right on the couch, like literally, which is 6 feet away from here. And he had watched the Ashish Nehra episode. It's true. That episode is every bit of it is true. He saw that episode and he sent me a message saying, ha 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 ha. I said, what happened? He says, ye kya kar diya aap dono ne? Ye kiya kya hai? Like, what is this madness? And I said that you also show your pretty face on the show. He said, done, of course, happy to. You say when? I said, no, you say when. He said, I'm in Bombay tomorrow. I said, done. I have messaged Neerav at midnight saying we're shooting with Virat tomorrow in the evening. He said, done. That was
No,
the
sorry.
deal
So yeah.
we had.
It was meant to be around 2:33 initially, which is why
Yeah,
we
he
had
was
blocked
shooting
the
with
social.
Amir in the afternoon. He
Yeah,
was
yeah.
shooting with Amir. We never took social as a venue. We
We
never
took
took
it as an
any
option.
restaurant as a venue. We never did, because when he said
I'm missing
7:30 in
two.
the evening, he said social. Virat said, let's shoot at social because it's close to my house. And I said, I can't take you to a restaurant at 7 in the evening because it's going to
Yeah.
be jam-packed, right? People, your limbs are going to be found in the mangroves outside. How many security people can I keep? So we started scurrying around for a location, and we were just brainstorming when my dear friend Roshan Abbas said, why don't you shoot in the Encompass office, which is a beautiful new office, and my other company where I'm a co-founder, Commune, with Roshan. People would have seen that office in performances, on Commune's channel Community, which is also on YouTube. Shout out, guys. So a lot of the performing art pieces are shot in that office, and that office was brand new and it had this space. So he said, why don't you guys just shoot in the office? I said, but your office has like 300 people. He said, we'll send in an email from HR saying by 7 they can go. If people finish their work, they can leave by 7. I said, that's
6:30.
great because he's coming at 7:30. And we didn't need only Neerav and me knew. Nobody in the crew also knew who was coming to shoot.
No.
So nobody knew. Right. It
They were
was
just
just
told them to shoot.
it was just Neerav and me and his daughter, who was 10 at the time.
No, my daughter was told at 8:40, 8:30. Why aren't you
Okay.
home? She texted while the shoot was going on. I said, because I'm shooting with Virat. Why
And she
didn't you
wore a
tell
India
me?
shirt and came.
Why don't you tell me? And then she came to the location.
Yeah, so
and
that's
she
it.
managed to
That
get
was
herself. Yeah.
two people knew, and the crew was all sitting there and guess because we couldn't afford to have it leak and then have 500 people at the shoot, right? Because really at that time Virat was insane. Like he could start a mob riot on the street if he got out of a car. So
But if
nobody
you
knew.
remember the shoot, there are portions in the shoot because the office didn't know either, right? And they were sent out a mail, clear out whatever, starting 6 o'clock, clear out.
Saying you can leave
and
if your work is finished, leave. 90% of the people left.
people left, but those 10% who knew or who suspected or who had late work,
Oh, who were just
Once we
working
started
hard.
setting up, no, you could see them finding corners in the office and planting themselves. And you can see them in the office, just
You can see
looking
them in the
ho
episode
kya raha
there
hai?
with the cameras. They're like taking pictures there, which is pretty nuts. Man,
So that's all part of the show, yeah.
that's it. That's
Yeah,
insane.
that was the hardest because again, like he gave us.
Because we have
that kind of-
we have cameras which can avoid seeing those, right? But we make sure that in the edit we see all that. What is
Yeah.
going on behind, because it's an inclusive show. I think that the show
I
works
think that's the
because
beauty of it. Yeah.
because it's an inclusive show. We want you to be, as we always mention, we want to be you to be the third person on the table as a viewer.
Yeah. This is a inclusive live stream as well. So let's get Zac to join us right now. Hey Zac, how are you doing?
Hi, good. Thank you.
Hello,
Nice
Zac.
to see you all, and thank you for the invitation here today.
Thank you
Great
so much
job.
for joining us. Which part of the world are you in?
I'm currently in Bandra here in Mumbai, so liking it here. But I have to say, guys, it's starting to get hot now. Not comfortable anymore. It was
No,
nice
it's
last
not.
month, but now it's getting hot.
I live in Bandra myself, and I have escaped the heat wave to Delhi for the weekend. It's
Yeah,
just
that's not
way
bad.
way
I was
too
in
hot.
Delhi on Friday, but Bandra's getting pretty hot now. Yeah.
Is
I-
Zach?
I really
Are you
can't see you in
are
the
you
camera,
and
which is bad, isn't it? Sorry.
are you and me having this situation of this city ain't big enough for the both of us? Well, you go to Delhi, you go to Bombay, you go to
Maybe,
Bombay,
maybe,
you go to
but let's see. Next time you're back, maybe then we can meet up and compare weather notes, because English people like to talk about weather, of course.
Delhi. That's right. Yes, we can compare car notes as well. We can go for
I know,
we can go for a
I do
little
know a little bit about cricket, but as I said in a note earlier, it tends to be restricted to a lot of 1990s Ashes matches and things like this.
Oh, nice. We should ask you about the 90s Ashes. Have you ever been to an Ashes game? Have you ever witnessed
No,
one live?
it would be amazing. I mean, I went with my granddad many years ago to watch local matches, Northamptonshire County Cricket, and I managed to see Alan Lamb, Ian Botham, and
Wow.
people like this playing. And they used to play in a small school cricket ground, because the county teams used to go around from place to place to delight the fans, and the boundaries are very small. So I remember seeing both of them hitting 6 and 6 and 6 and 6 out of the ground into the street. So so I do follow cricket a bit. I tried to follow the IPL as well. I think a couple of years ago I watched the Chennai Mumbai Indians match in the Irish House in Bandra to try and get some atmosphere from live sport, and that was pretty cool. And of course, then I wanted to go and see an IPL match, but the whole thing got messed up by COVID, unfortunately. So maybe this time I can go and see something. But COVID, of course, put a mockers on those plans.
Oh,
The
brilliant.
Irish
I'll hook
House
you up for this
is-
season. I'll be sure to hook you up for this season. So you
I
can
would
go
love
watch
it.
a game.
Yes, I'd
It's
love
all
it.
The
happening down
Irish
the road.
House is the place where we had our last Breakfast with Champions rap party.
Oh, okay,
The
cool.
end of
Yeah,
season
no,
6, we celebrated at the Irish House in Bandra.
Yeah, no, I was there too. I can remember I was there distinctly to watch that, because it's always good to watch the final of a big sports competition in a bar. In England,
Yeah.
we would watch football in a bar or rugby or something like that. So I thought, let's see what the atmosphere is like for the final, Mumbai Indians and Chennai Super Kings. And it was brilliant. It was a great atmosphere. It was exactly what I expected.
Okay.
Gee, I think you
Gaurav,
mean-
I think
Should
you
be
muted
sorry, I'll
yourself.
give you a show back to you now.
No, it's
Zac,
there's an
I
elephant
think
in the room.
there's a massive elephant in the room, which by the comments I can see people are just dying to hear. So I think all over to you, Zac. Why don't you give them what they want right now?
So we are, as Skoda Auto India, we're very excited to be presenting as a sponsor of Breakfast with Champions, and I'm really looking forward to working with you guys and to my team working with you guys. And as a brand, I think it fits perfectly well. IPL and cricket is such a huge thing in India. And of course, we're a big brand, and with the investments we've been making in India recently, we need to be associated with big brands like Breakfast with Champions, and of course, like the IPL. And very excited to be announcing that we would partnership with Breakfast with Champions. And I've watched some of your shows already. I must admit, my English is not very good, so some of them were hard for me to follow, but I did my best.
Thank you so much. We are also very happy.
हिंदी में रूपांतर देंगे आप?
Yeah, that's it. Stop now.
You want me?
Gaurav,
You
yeah,
want me to translate this into Hindi for people?
yeah.
Is
why not?
that what you said?
Yes,
No,
please.
people are very smart. People are very smart. They know exactly what. I think मोटी मोटी बात अगर सबको बताएंगे तो Skoda is partnering with Breakfast with Champions, and we're bringing you season 7. And Zac has already got the jump on us with his celebratory drink, and we of course did not plan well enough into the future to
Coffee.
do that. So I've got a glass of water which is almost empty, but we
Glass
can
of water.
pretend that it's gin, right? We can pretend that it's a gin. And we're also very, on behalf of the entire team, Zac, I want to say that very happy that you and your team are on board. It's been a great collaboration. As people know, we have filmed a few and we are on the brink of release. I just want to tell you, I had a chance of driving the
Yeah, I was
Slavia
about to say
around
that. Yeah.
while we were
car.
filming,
Fantastic.
and
Good.
I absolutely loved it. It is as smooth as it looks. It is.
No, I mean, it looks, as you just said, it's a gorgeous looking car. It's a big car, and of course with great engines and drives, and the handling has been well received by everybody. And we're doing very well with the car. We're very popular. The dealers are very happy. Things are going very well. So yeah, and these two cars we've launched under India 2.0 have really transformed the brand. And this month we're hoping we will get to close to 6,000 in terms of our sales in this month, which is a huge growth. And of course, big companies that are growing fast need to be associated with guys like you, and of course with IPL as well. And it's exciting to see, because you quite often you talk about some of the young IPL cricketers coming up. So I will also get the opportunity to learn about some of these young guys. There's a lot of talented cricketers in India, and you guys are obsessed with cricket in India. It's great.
We are.
Gaurav, you're mute
Why
again. Gaurav, you're still on mute.
God is muted.
Gaurav, you're on mute.
It's the biggest carnival in the world. The circus has rolled into town. We're just a little bit obsessed with cricket, yes. And the next 2 months is going to be all about cricket, which is why we are launching the show. I shouldn't say it, right? When are we launching it? Should we tell them? Should we tell people? Should we tell?
I think
Should
we
we do
should
it?
Roll the clip.
Let's pull it up. We have a nice little teaser.
We've got someone.
ऐसा कौन सा प्लेयर आ रहा है यार, हमारी कोई बात ही नहीं कर रहा. मतलब मैं क्या बताऊं यार, मतलब मुझे डर लगता था इनसे.
सारी महारथी 1 से लेके 8 तक.
And it's you guys that will make sure whether we are stars or superstars. This is the best interview I've ever had in 25 years.
Oh really?
I mean that, yep.
तालियां.
I mean that.
#breakfast with champions.
ये टोपी और किसी को पहना लो. शादी क्यों करवा रहे हो यार?
कुछ ना कुछ चाहिए ना इंटरेस्टिंग.
थोड़ा हंसना भी चाहिए लोग. इन्होंने किया असली ब्रेकफास्ट ऑफ चैंपियंस. ठीक है, लगा के 2-4.
मैं गौरव कपूर लेकर आ रहा हूँ. Skoda presents Breakfast with Champions season 7.
How better it is than 6?
Quite emotional.
ब्रेकफास्ट विद चैंपियंस में हम बैठे हैं तो एंजॉय.
बेस्ट शो. डेट बता. कमीने डेट बता.
So
29th.
Yeah, well, that's it. 29th of March is when it comes out. Skoda presents Breakfast with Champions, Season 7. And we're going to be back on the 29th of March, just as all the cricket fever is hotting up. I know that's not a word, but just as it's hotting up, here we are with that season. And we're going to have 6 episodes this time. It has been the toughest season to shoot, I have to say, with all the bio bubbles and availability issues and logistics and coordination. I have to say this is the toughest one. But here we are. We managed to do it after 2.5 years with the support of Zac and his team. So a big thank you, a big shout out to everybody at Skoda. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'm really looking forward to working with you guys. I might take you up on this invitation to an IPL match. That will be an amazing experience. I've seen it on television and things like that, but because of the lockdown, never got to experience it myself. So that's one thing definitely to tick off my list while I'm in India, as well as the beautiful countryside you have here, the great food, and of course, wonderful people that surround me every day. So really looking forward to it, guys.
Fantastic. So I'm gonna do that, even though I think they're only going with about 40% capacity this time.
have they made it clear? Is that clear now?
I think it's 40 or 50. I don't think it's going to be 100. I think it's going to be 40 or 50. But I think the Wankhede Stadium with even 40-50% is definitely a little more electric than the Nottingham ground that you went to see the league cricket in.
Or we'll have to meet in the Irish house in Bandra instead to watch it.
It's far closer, far less traffic to get there. It's literally
Exactly.
a walk for me.
And I can be home in 5 minutes as well.
We both can. I think that's it. I think Zach, we may have shown our age out a little bit. We may have leaked our ages out a little bit. Saying, why travel an hour when you can walk 5 minutes?
Yeah, exactly.
No, but see, Zach, I mean, I've been watching cricket matches live in the stadium from the time I was like 5 or 6, and I'd gotten over it post the World Cup in 2011. But I think IPL is not just a cricket match. It's a I don't know what the right word is. In the Hindi word for it is tamasha. The electricity and the carnival feel to a match. The cricket is incidental. So it's an experience to go to an IPL game, much more than watching cricket.
Absolutely. And I think what's happened with IPL, from what I've seen, observing it also from England, where it gets reported on quite a lot, is, you've taken a sport which, traditionally it takes 5 days. It's a sport of strategy, of long-term batting, of wearing down batsmen with fast bowling and with spinning, etc. And you've created a party out of it, and you've created a very commercial entity in the IPL, which is absolutely fantastic. And few other countries have managed this. I think some other countries have tried it, but nobody has quite reached that level of what the IPL has achieved. So it's absolutely outstanding. And of course, it's made the cricketers stars. And it's also great to see some of the overseas cricketers coming in as well, because I like to follow those guys, particularly the English ones.
So on behalf of the BCCI and
your
the
ones
entire cricket,
your ones to watch out for, the English ones. The ones that you like. Because none of the 90s guys are playing anymore.
I know. But I will watch some of the English guys. But there's a lot of fun.
And I'll tell you who to watch out for. My favorite, the one to watch out for is going to be Liam Livingston.
Okay, yeah.
I think Liam Livingston, who did very well in the 100.
A couple of them have pulled out, though. A couple of them have pulled out. Jason Roy and Alex Hales.
Mark Woods.
Simon Mills is there. Joffre Archer is not there this year.
Yeah.
Who else is
Besto's one to watch out. Johnny Besto's one to watch out for.
Delhi.
Johnny Besto's good, yeah, of course.
Johnny Besto's going to be great. Ben Stokes is not coming, right?
Ben Stokes is not coming, no.
Yeah,
that's very entertaining.
He wasn't in the auction.
Yeah, it's right. Hit 100 just 2 days ago in the West Indies, or yesterday. He hit 100 in the West Indies, so he's doing really well. But yeah, Liam Livingston and Johnny Besto are two of your
I'll be watching out
to watch out for.
I'll be watching out for those. But they have some fun here as well, and of course, it's I'm sure they're enjoying India as much as I am.
This time, I don't think they'll enjoy it as much being in bio bubbles, but it's a tough one though. But they all the international players, when they're here, and they always talk about the first game that they play, and they walk out into a stadium with 40,000 people, kind of almost yelling and screaming and being excited, and how nothing or nowhere that they have played gets them ready for that kind of excitement and adrenaline kind of pumping through a stadium. So I think that's one thing that always... sorry, somebody in the comment section has said, I noticed, SP has said Moeen Ali. Listen, man, buddy, you know my love for Moeen Ali. I think he's one of the most exciting cricketers to watch.
He's good because he's a good all-rounder, isn't he? Without a doubt.
He's excellent. And I love the fact that he's playing in Dhoni's team, because Dhoni knows how to optimize resources. Look at me.
Yeah, and you'll learn a lot from those guys as well.
Yeah,
optimized juxtaposition. GK, you're on fire.
GK's on fire today.
Yeah.
With his English.
I'm in Delhi, so that's why my English has got better.
But GK, SP has another question which says, first guest hint, please, GK bhai.
Stay tuned on this channel. We haven't decided yet the batting order.
That's right. Let the director tell you.
The openers also have to learn how to leave well. But we haven't decided the batting order.
All I'll say is that we have finished filming 6 episodes. Our season's going to be 6 episodes. So I have driven the Slavia around 6 times. There you go. And 1 extra time as well, because we were taking some beauty shots. So 7 times. And we haven't decided what the batting lineup is going to be, but it's going to be an opener, is all I'll say, because you got to have an opener to open the account. Which opener it's going to be, I'll let people in the comment section kind of guess.
We have 3 openers in our lineup. We have 3 openers in our lineup.
We have 3 openers in our
Potential
lineup.
opener.
That's right. So we don't know who it's going to be. It's going to be one of them. Right-handed or left-handed? Ooh, I've said too much.
You're dropping a lot of hints.
I am. Let's see if people get it. Actually, Zach, I genuinely don't know. I mean, I'm the producer of the show, but the co-producer doesn't tell me anything. He hasn't told me who is coming out first on the 29th. So I'm going to be as
honestly,
surprised
I've seen
everybody
that. I mean, we are working on 2 edits at the same time, both openers, and we take a call on the 24th.
24th. Nice.
So on 24th, I see in the comments some of the names have been dropped. Yes, the names in contention are the names are the ones which are coming up are in contention. Yes.
Yeah.
So 6 episodes because the bio bubbles have begun, and the players. So hopefully, what we are hearing is good news. Is that post this IPL, the world of bio bubbles in the Indian cricket fraternity or the Indian cricket scenario may be over, and then hopefully we'll get back to BWC again. Another season.
Can I just say one thing? There is a comment from Rohit Jagadish who said that KL Rahul said it's him the first episode. Okay, Rohit, let me tell you. Rahul is the captain of Lucknow. I am the captain of Breakfast with Champions. I don't tell Rahul what to do in Lucknow. Rahul doesn't tell me what to do here. Okay?
Yes, it's nice. We can reveal that yes, KL Rahul is one of the episodes.
He is on the season, yes. KL Rahul is on the season, and his episode is fabulous. It's very sweet. He has said things and shared stories that he's not shared ever before. And no, I did not give him any coffee.
He's got a stylist.
He had green tea.
That's right.
The stylist thinks that he's the first episode, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Excellent.
Yeah.
Zach, thank you so much for joining us, and a big thank you to the entire Skoda team. Thank you so much. It's been absolutely fantastic, interacting with you, with the team, and of course, and we shall carry on as the season goes on. So thank you so much for that, and I don't need to wish you all the best with the new Slavia because I think that's a slam dunk. I've driven it, and I can tell you it's a slam dunk, that car.
Super. Thanks for the feedback. It's good. A test drive is always important when it comes to cars. I just like, watching an IPL match live is always better than in the Irish house. Yeah. So let's see.
Beautiful. So we're going to do it then. I'll tell you what.
Good.
We'll just drive in the Slavia, which will make that 1 hour drive palatable, right?
Okay. We can do that too.
There you go. We found
But I promise it might not be me that's driving. The guys don't like me to drive in India. They're saying it's crazy. So we will see.
It is. It is crazy. I think that I hope that the dealership didn't get any of the challans from me filming all the driving shots. Yeah. Just, how you eat and you leave the bill for your friend. So
Yeah, I know exactly. No, I'm sure you look after our cars just like we will. We do. So it's as I said, it's great to be associated with you guys, and great to be presenting this program, and we're really looking forward to it going forward. And I'm sure there's going to be some entertaining conversation. So thank you very much, and it's good to talk to you guys as well. Gaurav, thank you.
Thank you, Zach, and we'll see you soon. See you down
Cheers,
the road.
guys. Thank you.
Zach will be back.
Lot of MSD questions, guys. MSD.
Excellent.
That's the one
As usual, I'm going to let that question go, as I always do. You always let it go. We'll let it go.
Well,
let's see.
More questions.
Let's see.
Pant and Iyer.
My name.
Yes, good cricketers, both of them.
People are just saying cricketers' names. There's nothing who is coming, who we want. Just cricketers' names are just being filled up in the comments.
Well, I mean, you've not asked them a question.
Suresh Raina has been on Breakfast with Champions. Please go and check out season 4, episode 3.
Who do you guys think, guys? In the comments, let us know who do you want? Who are some players you've been wanting to get for a while? Let us know, and we may or may not give you some hints.
Well, I think we can tell people that it's predominantly the kind of the younger players, right?
The next gen of Indian cricket. The next gen of Indian champions.
Yeah, and
so I've given a hint that there's no overseas players in our lineup this time.
Yeah, there's no overseas players. It's all six of them are Indian players, and they have got absolutely amazing stories. And I purposely did also want to get. Uh, we consciously wanted to get players who we've not seen too much of as well. We wanted to throw a couple of those in the mix as well, because people always want to know, and people who have amazing stories always work. And yeah, so I think there's going to be a couple of real good surprises that will come in terms of people discovering stories and personalities, just like people got surprised with the Ashish Nehra episode, for example, and didn't realize that he was like that. I think people will be quite surprised with the length and breadth of a few of the personalities that we own.
So I think that it was a clear theme of the new faces, the people who are changing Indian cricket, the new faces, the naye cheere, right? 6 faces. Oh, did you guys see what I did there?
Oh, geez, how long were you planning that, man? Weeks, months?
I'd written it down when we figured out we're doing that. Yeah.
Wow, well done, buddy. Well done. Somebody saying AB de Villiers. We've already had AB de
Oaktree
Villiers on the
Sports,
show.
no?
Previous
Oaktree
season.
Sports is coming up with Chehre.
Yeah, and
A lot of Mohammad Siraj, please.
yeah. So we also you have to understand that since we've been filming in Feb and March, a lot of the players have just gone from bio bubble to bio bubble. So again, we would have, if we had our way, we would have had 16 episodes this season. But there are a lot of limitations. I'm just very happy that we held out for 2 years. There was a lot of calls from people, and a lot of people willing to support us to do Breakfast with Champions virtually as well. And we never wanted to do it virtually because we felt कि वो जो feel आता है show का, वो feel उसमें नहीं आएगा. तो हमने उसको virtually नहीं किया. We held out till we could get some chance of getting people in person. And as soon as we got that, we jumped on it, and we have done it. And of course, Skoda partnered with us and supported us through that. So we've been very happy that we've been able to do this. So I'm just happy that we've managed to put a season out despite this pandemic. So a big thank you to all the athletes and their teams who've cooperated with us to be here. And we're looking forward to a really good season. And I hope that people are excited as well. And 29th of March is when it launches on YouTube.
And 6 people get the BWC cap.
I want to ask you guys, do you guys have this one dream guest which you've always wanted on BWC? Like this one person who you think would be an incredible episode with? Past or present?
Bradman.
Yeah,
Alive.
man.
I will.
Viv Richards.
Yeah, that'd be a great episode.
Viv Richards, Chris Gale.
Viv Richards, Chris Gale. My dream episode would be with the Indian spin quartet, the 4 of them. That would be, oh man, the kind of stories you would get from that. And if people know cricket history, they would know. So yeah, a lot of dream
I remember
episodes.
GK, you mentioned once Kane Williamson, right? You've been wanting him.
Yeah. I would like to definitely like to get Kane. Listen, my wish list is 100 people.
That's
To be honest, it's 100 people, and करेंगे, क्यों नहीं करेंगे? 7 episode कर लिए हैं. We've reached 7 season कर लिए हैं. We've reached 60 episodes. We've crossed 60 episodes, and we are going to cross 160 by the grace of all the gods above and around us.
Yep, and Manas Labuschagne will be on there soon also.
Manas. Chris
Chris
Shrikant.
Shrikant, yeah, all of them. Viru, Jasprit Bumrah, all these guys. I mean, there's so many champions, man.
So many stories,
and
I think.
Just and so many great stories.
Yeah, Anita's going on with Jasprit Bumrah. Jasprit doesn't like coming on shows. He's very shy, so he doesn't really like coming on chat shows. Doesn't like speaking much. So I don't know how much of that will be possible. But yeah, I mean, it would have been great to have Shane Warne on the show, and unfortunately, he left us too early. So that would have been great, and get Jemima. I'd like to get Jemima on the show soon.
So I want to answer the Rakesh Lop 09. When we started shooting again, because we started shooting in February and March, the entire Indian team, the women's team, was in New Zealand. They're now playing the World Cup. So this time we had to we weren't able to get a woman cricketer, a female cricketer. but soon. So we're hoping that we'll do another season once the IPL finishes soon enough.
Yep.
Fingers crossed.
Soon enough. So there'll be more. But right now, these 6. Let's focus on that. These 6 on the 29th of March.
Enjoy.
29th March.
Excellent.
Shall
guys.
we? Well, let's pull out the trailer one last time before we wrap up, because I think
do it.
we can just do that and then we can wrap, because it still gives me goosebumps seeing it.
ऐसा कौन सा प्लेयर आ रहा है यार, हमारी कोई बात ही नहीं कर रहा. मतलब मैं क्या बताऊं यार, मतलब मुझे डर लगता था इनसे.
सारी महारथी 1 से लेके 8 तक.
And it's you guys that will make sure whether we are stars or superstars.
This is the best interview I've ever had in 25 years.
Oh really?
I mean that, yep.
Talia.
I mean that.
#breakfast with champions.
ये टोपी और किसी को पहना ना. शादी क्यों करवा रहे हो यार?
कुछ ना कुछ चाहिए ना इंटरेस्टिंग.
थोड़ा हंसना भी चाहिए लोग. इन्होंने किया है असली ब्रेकफास्ट ऑफ चैंपियंस. ठीक है, लगा के 2-4.
मैं गौरव कपूर लेकर आ रहा हूँ. Skoda presents Breakfast with Champions Season 7.
How better it is than 6?
Quite emotional. Breakfast with champions में हम बैठे हैं, तो enjoy. Best show.
डेट बता, कमीने डेट बता.
It's crazy,
Completely
man.
forgot that uncle who dropped in on the UZ show. Yeah? That was one of the bizarrest things which has happened. We're talking about
There was a. Is that part of the edit? Did that make it to the edit?
yeah. That uncle came, we covered him with a toast.
Yeah, we covered his face.
Face.
तो एक अंकल बस आके हमें मिले, an uncle who was quite evidently smashed, very sauced, very tight.
At 9 in the morning. That was one of the episodes we actually shot at breakfast time, right?
Yeah, early in the morning. Uncle has just come and just said hi to us and spoken to us like we are friends and saying मिलते हैं बाद में फिर, and just went away. Didn't want to click a picture. Didn't want to click a picture. Didn't want to take a selfie. Didn't want to nothing. He's just come and shook hands with us and spoken to us for 2-3 minutes and just left.
The way he hugged you, I thought you knew him. The way he came. And
Everybody on set thought he knew Gaurav, or Gaurav knew him.
Yeah. I'm just a very friendly person. Yeah. For a minute, even I thought I knew him. That was the problem. वो इतना कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ आया ना फ्रंट फुट पे कि मुझे लगा मैं जानता हूँ इसको, मैं पहचान नहीं पा रहा हूँ, क्या ना नाम नहीं आ रहा है.
Is how Yuzi is reacting to it as well, like he's smiling along. It was so funny.
So yeah, it was quite crazy. Yeah, that was uncle.
And my one comment from Mr. ABD, he's asking for AB de Villiers, please. AB de Villiers was season 6, episode 6, 7, 8, somewhere there.
Yeah. We'll put the link up if you want.
Guys, I think it's time to go back, binge all the previous ones, get back in the
10
mood.
days.
10 days.
10 days.
10 days left, so you have enough time to binge and let us know,
5 a
guys.
day.
Let us know how you're feeling about the new season. Like, post about it on social media. We'd love to hear how you guys are feeling. We're really excited to bring this to you, and we can't wait for you guys to see what we have in store. I think let's wrap for today. Neerav, GK, thank you so much for joining. Have a great night, guys.
Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. Big thank you to everybody.
Thank
Enjoy.
you. March
Jagah
20th.
banaiye.